LDBC. This is your boy, Coach Shelton Harrison. You're live on the Coach Shelton Harrison Boxing and MMA Show live. Okay, folks. So I said that I was going to discuss a young and up-and-coming fighter, okay, in women's combat sports. And I'm also going to look around at boxing. It's just not a lot of women that's doing a lot in boxing, but I am going to also cover boxing because a woman's boxer told me, Coach, okay, I know you helping the women's MMA. What you going to do for the boxing side? So definitely, I'm definitely going to go in that direction as well. All right. My fighter of the week that I'm really impressed with, that I'm going to be talking about a little bit more, is Viviane Peireira. Okay, um, the Brazilian is currently 12-0. Okay, she's currently 12-0, and she definitely brings a sense of fire into the octagon. And her biggest win was over the Canadian Valerie Letourneau. All right, and I thought in that fight, against Letourneau, I think she realized that Letourneau was skilled, had a lot of skill set. And Letourneau, some of the things that she could do in the XFC, she couldn't really get away with that when fighting Letourneau. Because, you can look, and even though Valerie Letourneau, good grief, man, the woman shouldn't be fighting at 115. They need to hurry up and get that 125-pound division because Valerie, and I won't talk about Valerie much, but, I thought she was kind of weight drained, but I still thought that Viviane Pereira, I thought she did a good job at really exploiting some of the flaws that Valerie Letourneau exposed, okay? Um, Viviane is a smart fighter. She's very intelligent in the ring. Octagon, I'm sorry. Boxing, not boxing. She's very intelligent. And she knows when to hit the aggression. She knows when to back off and wait and set up shots. I like her style, okay? I love the type of energy she brings into the octagon, okay? And she's not afraid. She's not afraid to mix it up. She's not afraid to go back to her boxing. And I'm going to talk about some of the strengths and weaknesses of Viviane Pereira, okay? All right, so here are my strengths. Okay, the number one strength that I observed when, really analyzing Viviane Pereira, okay, I noticed that she's very, very accurate. She's very accurate and she's got speed. And I'm going to show you a quick example of what I mean by she's very accurate with her punches. And her being only 5'1", and she's definitely at a reach disadvantage with most of her opponents. This girl is extremely accurate and she has a lot of speed. Man, she's fast. All right, here goes. Okay, I just want you just to see a short clip of her speed and accuracy. All right. Okay. Now, let me go ahead and tell y'all, man. Vivian Pereira threw them punches, and that fighter. I think her name's Ferreira. I'll try to remember the name later, but she didn't see those punches coming. Okay, she didn't see them coming, and she struck with so much precision and speed that it hit the button right on the spot. Okay, she squared down, she squared up, eyed up with her, you know, locked eye to eye, and then bam, she hit those two punches, 1-2. She fell. Okay, she number three has good boxing fundamentals. Okay, very good boxing fundamentals, and she's very effective against longer, taller opponents. Okay, now a lot of people, our opinions vary in the Valerie Letourneau fight. It just does. I thought that Vivian Pereira did enough to win because I thought that Vivian Pereira actually down the stretch, I thought that she was doing a good job of countering Valerie Letourneau. Like she kept catching Valerie. Valerie would throw some punches, and then she just kept being real slick. She's a slick type fighter, and she would hit Valerie with a counter punch, step back out of range, and then she would wait till Valerie, she would wait till Valerie throw under the punch, and then she would slip up under Valerie's punches, and then bam, hit her with a counter, and then slip right back out of range. And she kept doing that over and over and over. Okay, her head movement. Okay, and let's just talk about the boxing aspect. This girl can slip punches, man. This girl slip punches, like a fighter. Now she don't slip them all, but man, she know how to do it. And she was doing that all night long against Letourneau. And I started wondering, what are these commentators looking at? Like, what fight are they watching? Because Pereira, with the exception of getting beat up on the ground, I thought she actually won the fight against Letourneau. I thought she tried to just go and honestly just try to outpoint Valerie, which that's what she did. And she was hitting Valerie with a punch, step back out of range, punch, step out. That was her strategy because she knew Valerie Letourneau was too big and too strong. And if she tried to get up in Valerie's chest, It probably would have been lights out. I'm just saying, okay? But let's take a look at some of the things she did to neutralize Valerie. Okay, right there. She comes back with her own offense. Comes right back with her own offense, and basically, she's effective against these longer, taller opponents. Okay, um, Viviane Pereira is a very good counterpuncher. She's good. Okay, like she went in there against Letourneau, and I think she had to do that because trying to get in Letourneau's chest and body her up, it wasn't going to happen because Letourneau, sorry, um, she's much more physically stronger than Viviane Pereira. Okay, I thought she was anyway. And of course, number 6, I said she's extremely good defensively. Okay, her defense is solid. Her defense is very, very, very solid. Okay, let's talk about some of the weaknesses that I noticed in Viviane Pereira. Okay, so these are the weaknesses. Okay, number 1, her power. I noticed that a lot of her punches they kind of stung Valerie Letourneau when she, finally fought a big name. But those punches, I felt like Valerie Letourneau was walking through a lot of her offense. Okay, power people, to unpopular belief, they think that it's something that you're either born with or you just naturally have, and that's not true. You can actually increase power. There are a lot of different exercises that you can do in the weight room, and yes, fighters need to go to the weight room. And maybe I'll make a video about that one day. About how fighters need to be lifting weights. Okay, it's not going to ruin your flexibility. It's not. There are a couple of things that you do, but Viviane Pereira, she definitely needs to develop more core and upper body strength to increase her power. Her takedown defense. I noticed against Letourneau, had Letourneau not been drained, in my opinion, I think Valerie Letourneau could have took her down a lot more often. But the times when Letourneau took her down, it was almost easy for Letourneau to do it. She's got to work the takedown defense, closing the distance effectively. I felt like at points of time, in some of her fights, not just one, that at times she's very tentative at closing that distance. Because, see, she's got to understand that you can't fight from the outside against an opponent who's definitely got 5 or 6 inches on you in height, and their reach is just substantially longer. You can't fight from the outside. And although she was somewhat effective against Letourneau and some of her other opponents at fighting at a range, it's not the best. It's not going to suit her when she gets in there with another opponent that's a high-level opponent. It's not going to work. And a more skillful opponent, more skillful than Letourneau, they're going to exploit the fact that she's only 5'1", and they're going to let her try to fight from the outside, and they're going to tag her all night long if she don't close that distance effectively. She fights well when she's in mid-range, when she can get inside. The girl got hands of fury, okay? And that's another range. I'm gonna skip down to number 5. She needs to throw a lot of combinations when she's in that mid-range, especially against a taller person, because in mid-range, a taller person, they're not going to be able to load up and put all their power on it. They got to actually separate from you. They got to take a step back to hit you with power. They have to. But Viviane, in that mid-range, she's dangerous. She's got to exploit that more and throw those combinations, okay? Now, number 4, when she's on her back, and some fighters, they just don't know. They take a punishment while they're on their back, and she did, okay? Valerie Letourneau pretty much was hitting her with everything under God's hot sun. And, while you're on your back, you got to be defensively responsible. Like, if you guys look at some old clips of people like Valentina Shevchenko, if you go look at people like Alexa Grasso, if you go look at people, even Angela Hill, some of her old videos when she's on her back, they're very defensive on their back. They're defensively responsible. I call those type of fighters, I call them squirmers. Like they're always moving around so you can't really get a clean hit on them. Yeah, they do a good job of that, man, when they're on their backs. And they can, avoid most of the punches. Even, even Jermaine Durandame, man, she's good at actually from taking damage while laying down. Like, she knows how to do it. But, guys, this is my fighter of the week. I think that Viviane Pereira, she's got a lot of upside to her, man. This girl, I'm going to tell you what, man, if she keep on, they need to keep building her career. Don't put her in there with one of these top 5s yet because she's not ready. Maybe in about 24 months, she'll be ready for somebody in the top 5. But, I want them to let this girl develop, okay? I really want them to let her develop. Really let her, grow into who she really is as a fighter. This is your boy, Coach Shelton Harrison. I'm done. What are you guys waiting on? Subscribe to the best women's MMA platform on YouTube. I'm done.